Hi there and welcome back to the Perique studio. I'm Craig, taking us through various pipe tobacco reviews, one tobacco at a time. And further to my review on the Earthy flake, I thought, I haven't had flakes for a while. I've been concentrating a lot on just ready rubbed and mixed tobacco, and I thought I would like to try a few of the flakes. To be fair, I used to smoke a lot of flake. It used to be my go-to, and I like Dunhill was the one that I used to smoke, just regular Dunhill flake. But obviously that went by the by and went to Peterson, became Peterson flake, which is nice. I don't actually have any of that at the moment, so I can't review that, but I do have the other Dunhill flake, and that is Dunhill Dark Flake, which is now known as Peterson flake, and that's this one here. So I think we shall start going through a few flakes. Maybe throughout this week I'll do one a day, and I'll go through my cupboard and drag out the flakes that I have, and go through them. I think I have enough for a week. I think I might even have a bit too much, but we'll do a week's worth of flakes, shall we, and see how we get on. So I'm going to use I won't use Old Faithful for this one. I'm going to use my army pipe, which I absolutely adore. Army stem. I just need to put a new filter into it, so I'm using these Blitz at the moment, so I'm going to continue with these, and let's load up the pipe. And I do like this pipe. It's a Rhodesian, rusticated Rhodesian. I think that's nickel, is it? And that it smokes wonderfully. It's just an old favourite. To be fair, these two Peterson pipes that you've seen me smoking are my favourites. There's no question of a doubt about that. So I will put in a filter pad for this as well. These. I'm running low on this packet, but I've got about 2 or 3 packets available to me, so we're okay. We're not running out anytime soon. And that went in straight away. Getting that much practice these days with them. So I'm going to open this up. Let me just move the camera down so you can see, because it's all about the tobacco. It's not about me at all. So I'll open that tin up. Once again, we have the nice little package inside, and have a sniff of that. Oh, that smells of raisin and cake. It's Christmas cake to me. I'm getting the smell from up here. Look at those beautiful flakes. Oh, I'm actually looking forward to this now. Forgot about how nice they are. So that's the thickness of them, the size, shape. Yeah. So let's just put that to one side. Take a good whiff. Oh yeah. It's amazing to think there is absolutely no flavour in here, yet it smells of rich plum cake. Not plum cake, like a malt cake, a malt loaf. Remember in the days way back when we used to have malt loaves in the UK? It smells like that. Just like that. It's wonderfully rich in colour. You can see the different blends there. The rich dark Virginias, and there's a slight bit of Perique running through it. Not much though. Well, not too much anyway. I like Perique, but not a huge amount of it in a mix. I think that can be a bit overpowering, can't it? So how are we going to do this today? Well, I am actually going to rub it out a little bit, because if I put that into the pipe like that, I'll be forever trying to keep it lit, because it's very moist. Now this tin is sorry now. Doesn't have a date on this, I don't think, but I know I bought this last year, middle of last year, so to me it's 6 months old, and it may have been in the shop for a further I don't know how many months. It's not something that would be on the shelf for very long in the tobacco shop, because it's a very popular blend, and so their rotation would rotate through them fairly swiftly, I would think. And yeah, so let's just rub this out a little bit, and by rubbing it out I'm just breaking it down into smaller slice or flake, not even flakes, but like a bit of a ribbon, isn't it? And but like thicker, like ready rubbed. That's what I'm talking about, ready rubbed. And by me doing this now, that's just aerating it and just allowing it to dry out ever so slightly, and I mean ever so slightly. If I were to be pedantic about this, I should have rubbed this out and left it for a while and then come back to it, but that would mean I'd have to edit the video, and this is real life. This is what I would normally do. I'm not the type of person that thinks too far ahead when it comes to tobacco, and I think about it, I think, yeah, I'll have that, and I want it now, I don't want it in half an hour. So maybe I rush things too much, I don't know. It seems to work. That's just lovely, that now. That's not too broken down. Alright, can you see that? So let's get that loaded into the pipe now. It's a bit awkward when you're trying to film at the same time, but in all fairness now, it's fairly straightforward. There's nothing complex about this at all, is there? Just slowly ease that down, the first one. Top it up for a second fill. It's a big bit now. Take that out. I'm just going to take a draw on that first. That's okay. And then we're just going to fill it up now with the littler pieces. That's a thin piece, that'll go in nicely, lighter. Just fold it in little bits, little stragglers. There we go. Now, because I have a filter pad in this, I have about that much left, look. And that would normally fill the pipe to the top, one slice, but because, as I said, I have that filter pad in, you see that stuck to my hand a little bit, you see, so there is some moisture in there and some oil. It's nice, good to see that. It means there's some flavour in there. I've got some bits on here, but do you know what now? I don't want to throw them back into the pack. I'll throw them into the tin. Bit of flavour to the tin. Okay. Alright, put the lid back on there. Top. Okay. Nice. I'm looking forward to this now. It's going to be like welcoming back an old friend I haven't seen for a while. Yes, superb. Yeah, that is just warm straight away. Baker said, "Hi there, Craig." Why'd you leave me in the back of the cupboard? There won't be any more. That is so creamy. You can let it warm a bit, like all tobaccos I'm finding, especially flake. But this comes out awesome straight away. Straight out the gate. You get those, the Virginia's taste. You know, sometimes that grassy note that you get like in hay, but sweet. Like an aftertaste, or that little bit of a taste of plum or raisin, malt. This is just fabulous. Oh, I love this. Great. Sorry. I'm just so conscious that I've opened every tobacco and raved about how wonderful they are. But I keep telling you, I have a cupboard of tobaccos that I like. I don't have anything in there that I don't really like, I don't think. Just levels of how much I like them. And I've forgotten how much I like this Dunhill Flake, which is the dark flake. See, I love flavour. I don't like blandness. And this is not bland. This is rich and flavoursome and creamy. And you get it from your first pipe smoke. And look at the smoke coming off this pipe. The colour. I'm trying to get a smell of the rum note, and it is, that's pleasant. That is nice. It's not overpowering, but the flavour is warm, rich and creamy. Yeah, you're just going to enjoy this one, people. You really are. See, these types of blends now, these are old style blends, and unashamedly so. So there was a time when they were all very similar smell, you know, they'd have different blends and they'd all be copying each other. And this Dunhill Flake, Dark Flake, is reminiscent to me of Mick McQuaid, Yachtsman Plug. They're all have that like plum rich cake flavour. It's not a flavour, but it's a taste that you get from the tobaccos and from the darker tobaccos. And they're slightly moist, so the smoke isn't dry, it's just creamy. It's got a velvety texture to it. As opposed to silk. Silk is lovely and it's soft and beautiful, but velvet is soft, but it's got that thickness about it. That's what this is like. I'm loving this. And this pipe here smokes it beautifully. I love this pipe. I know my favourite is the straight, but this one, I don't know, this is an equal love. It's just such a wonderful smoker. I prefer the fishtails to the pea lips, to be fair. Sometimes find, if you're not careful, you can hurt the roof of your mouth, because I think the roof of my mouth is more delicate than my tongue. So the pea lip draws the smoke up the pipe and it hits the roof of your mouth first and fills your mouth, which is what it's intended to do. But for me, I find that I struggle with that. I prefer the fishtail and with a filter. Yeah, that's nice. Wonderful. I'm just going to keep this going a little bit longer now, and we'll have a read on the websites that I normally look at just for reference, and see what the rest of the world thinks as well. So, Miss Moran's is where I bought this from originally, I believe. I think I did. I'll just read what it says. Peterson Dark Flake pipe tobacco is a blend of dark and brown Virginias and premium Perique with no added flavour. The flavour profile is complex with notes of yeasty sourdough bread, cocoa, yeah, dark espresso, yeah, and dried figs and raisins, white pepper, spice, and a subdued but pleasant sweetness accompanied by a slight delicious dark chocolate flavour. Blended to the original Dunhill recipe, this is a creamy and cool smoke, a full-bodied flake which is medium to full in terms of its strength and nicotine content. So all those flavours that we've talked about there, they're all very strong flavours, aren't they? Rich, dense, like sourdough bread, cocoa, espresso, dried figs, raisins, white pepper for the spice, dark chocolate flavour. You get all that in like one hit, if you can imagine that. That feeling of lovely textured taste. The dried figs and raisins come together and blended with the sourdough. Like the sourdough gives you that underlying feeling, and then the richness of the cake. It's like you're eating a cake, isn't it, or a malt loaf. You don't always pick out individual taste. It's the feeling as a whole, isn't it? And that's what you get with this. It's interesting how they class this as medium to full-bodied. I suppose it is. It is sublime. Oh my goodness. I really do hope you try this. So now let's have a look what's said on tobacco review. I already have this open, thankfully. Okay, so out of 4 stars it gets a 3.17, which is a good score. Okay, so history lesson. First produced back in 1970, Dunhill's Dark Flake is a heralded vintage blend of choice Virginias and a little Perique for spice. Bolder in strength and flavour than Dunhill Flake, though still as easy to prepare. Yeah, that actually now is very accurate, in that it's like a bolder in strength and flavour than the Flake. Yeah, it is. So that's like, remember the Eremore Flake, which I liken to Dunhill Flake? It's very, very similar. So this now is a heavier version of that. Notes. Dark Flake was first produced in 1970 or 71 and was discontinued by the end of the decade. The new tin is round and re-released in 2016. As of 2020, it is sold under the Peterson brand name. Okay. So it's only since 2020. 4 or 5 years since it was branded Peterson. Yeah, that makes sense, because like the older one, when I remember smoking this, it was Dunhill. And it's only now that I'm buying it, it's Peterson. It's a shame I didn't keep my old tins. So it's Perique and Virginia, but mostly Virginia, thankfully. I say thankfully because if you too much Perique, it's too spicy. Profile is strength medium. Flavouring non-detected, that's because there isn't any. Room note, pleasant to tolerable. Yeah, I think it's more pleasant than tolerable. Taste medium. Yeah, it's medium, but a little bit stronger than medium, I think. So, There's 52 reviews for this. 4 stars, there's 24. 3 stars, 19. So it's heavily biased to the top end. Only 3 2 stars and 6 1 stars. So, it's funny there now. I just got a smell there of a rich, sugary, like burnt brown sugar. Oh yeah. That's just as it's heating up in the pipe and warming through, and the flavours are beginning to blend together. Okay, so there we have it. It's full of flavours, but none of them are competing against each other. They're like all coming together to build this big flavour bomb, but not in such a way that knocks you out. It just builds gently as it warms down the bowl. You will love this. I'm not telling you must. I don't mean it to sound like that. You will like this. No. It is a beautiful smoke. It's just sweet, but not too sweet. Flavoursome, a little bit of spice, but very, very small. Just to round it off so that it's a nice flavour that builds into your mouth. No tongue bite on this for me. Yeah. I don't think it's really like that at all. It's going lovely. In that pipe. Wispy smoke coming out both ends. Perfect. Yeah. That's another beautiful tobacco. See how that's burning that. Very tasty. Okay, I don't need to hear me rambling on about how wonderful I think this is. I don't think there are any side words I can say about this. It's not a bad tobacco, it's a great tobacco. Blended to perfection. Back then in the 70s, it seems they knew what they were at, and they blended an absolute classic. So much so that it was re-released. And thankfully they re-released it as Peterson Dark Flake. So yeah, that's my review. Peterson Dark Flake. That's a 9 for me. For when it comes to flake, it's just beautiful. Yeah. So there we have it. Do try it. Do let me know what you think of it. Please do subscribe, because it shows me that I'm doing the right thing, and like it or dislike it and comment. I know everybody says this, but it's so important as a person that's bringing these videos. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. And from looking through the statistics, I mean, I'm a minuscule channel. But it's fairly obvious to me that you like the traditional tobaccos, the old blends so far, and I will do more of them. I'm going to do a series of these flakes now. But as I said, please do subscribe. It's really easy. And if you're on a TV, up the button, up, right, click. Right? Easy. Subscribe. And then click across a bit more and hit like. That's it. You don't have to have notifications on if you don't want. You know where I am. I'll be uploading something every day mostly. And hopefully you continue to enjoy it. It's great, absolutely great filming this, because it's given me an opportunity to work my way through my my tobacco cupboard, trying out those blends that I'd forgotten about, and I'm sharing it with you, with like-minded people. It's great to find that I can actually smoke this and talk about this, and there's people that appreciate it. Yeah. Anyway, Peterson Dark Flake, fabulous smoke. Go try it for yourself, and if you have it, it's in your cupboard, drag it out, have a smoke of it today and enjoy it. Let me know how you get on. Thanks again. Until next time, good luck and thank you. Bye now.